Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 with my continuing look at Black Ice's 10.41 for Hearts of Iron 3. And we're going to continue, but before we do that, again, I got to say this. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and hey, you can comment below. Greatly appreciate that. Really helps the series out. Just even saying hi really helps out so much. Thanks, everyone. Let's continue here. I don't know. Sometimes it's sort of cool when the Republicans win in Spain and then you get to invade as Germany, Spain. I like to play historical enough that I won't invade nationalist Spain, but I would invade Republican Spain. Thanks, Klaus. Do appreciate it. Okay, what now? We don't want to buy. Okay. Fleet Auxiliary Carrier Doctrine, which is here, which unlocks all of these. Well, this will help. Ranges for various things. Do they also submarines, I hope? Why am I pocket battleship CBE, CBA? Maybe not for submarines. I don't know. But still, we're going to do that because it will help operational ranges. When I get to 37, I will be firing a bunch of these First Wella infantry divisions, Bismarck, and the aircraft, which will be a big cut into our ICs. We are building some items here, but you can see we're mostly building up ICs and resources. Okay, new image for the anti-common turn pack. Hello, Eugene Tonic 85. Yeah, probably. Well, I don't know that we're going to get that far. This is more of a test playthrough. I don't know that I'm going to get to Russia in this one. Like I was saying earlier, and those watching later, if we get to Russia with this series, my modding basically has failed in getting TRE ready. I want to get TRE and some of the other sub-mods and then start another playthrough. So this is just testing things. So we're going to test this. Once I get TRE somewhat working, I think, with this, you'll see me testing TRE with this. And then once we're done with that and released it, we'll start again and start fresh. So this will not be, hopefully, a very long series, meaning hopefully in a week or two of Saturdays playing this, I'll be starting over, hopefully. Anti-common turn pack. Okay, yes, we can propose it. Nice graphical image. Japan accepts. Excellent. Soviet Union would like money in exchange for... Okay, how much? Okay, we could do this. This is, quite honestly, mostly a stability test for me. Get confidence in it. And hopefully you guys will enjoy me talking about stuff while testing. And I need to test while at least recording it, because if it's stable when I'm not recording it, but not stable when I am recording it, because that puts more stress on the system, my computer system, then, you know, it doesn't matter, because I couldn't make a series unless it's stable while recording. So I need to record it. So I might as well share it with you guys. At least that's my thought. I also order the Tirpitz now. Yeah, I know that that's useful. What are you guys' thoughts on trading of strategic resources? That Mexico is buying manganese from the United Kingdom, and what is Mexico getting for its manganese? Or getting manganese for okay. What do you think about that? Am I not seeing it here? Oh, maybe it's needed for one of these. Okay. So basically, I guess manganese is used for armor build speed. Keep it armor build speed a little less or cheap or not as slow. Getting rid of the 10% negative, I guess, here. Because see, if you have, you can't really go hover, but it's sort of right up here, I think. What does Mexico care about armored build speed? That it wants to pay for manganese. I don't get it what it needs that for. Well, strategic effects can also be seen up here, but some of them are not tradable, like military academies. This you get 100% for zinc, but what is it? Well, to find out, you need to come over here and find zinc. And it is not an independent one. It is maybe used in one of these other things as a component here. Yeah, we can see here we don't have the copper. If we had copper, I believe we would remove this penalty here. So they've gotten tricky with all of this. Not what they're doing is bad, but I think it's a lot of unnecessary stuff that, because to my understanding, and when we play it, we'll see, you will still get the strategic resources of your allies once you're in a faction. So, yeah, I'm not in favor of it, but that's just me. It's enough that I disable it with TRE, but yeah, the original point within the game of these is a driving point for the wars, securing things like this for massive livestock, black soil here, fertile soil, black soil, whatever you want to call it, to help with the war effort. Obviously securing something like down here, which had been an oil one that gave a bonus to all oil, which I guess they've removed. How interesting. Okay, there used to be a bonus down here that would give you a bonus to your oil production, and similar things like that as a goal to achieve in the war, to push things forward and to either conquer or bring in allies that had those things. So yeah, I'm not terribly thrilled with it. as you can tell. Italy, yes, you can have energy. I've got plenty of coal. And of course, for gameplay reasons, they don't do all of them, because I brought up to them that they didn't put the nickel reserves up here for Finland. And Das G says, yeah, I have it in my notes right here, and I've been pressing for it since the beginning, but oh my God, who's leading the thing goes, well, but then Germany can have the super good ship armor that they could have because only the US did that. And I'm going, yeah, yes, but just reserve the technology for the good ship armor only to the US because they're the only ones that had the actual technology to do it. So it's some silly stuff in my opinion. Hey Martin, no reason to be sorry that you're late. But my understanding is either it serves no purpose in the game, or it serves the purpose of giving Germany an armor tech, ship-based armor tech that it didn't have. Well, why would it know how to make the secret American armor? The basic concept of what the Americans were doing for ship armor might be known to the Germans, but that doesn't mean they have all the technical information to replicate it properly for themselves. So zinc really is only in this game for the American armor tech that maybe they could share, or you could maybe tech steel, or I don't know, or if you chose. So some of this stuff is just silly fluff, in my opinion. Artillery unit combined arms advance. Very good. Okay, artillery unit combined arms. So now we're at 36 here. Okay. I'm doing well, and how are you today, Martin? Yeah, we'll have a lot to be ordering after the first of the year. Okay, rare materials, slight positive, decent positive. Let's see. Okay, so we're getting into production as of some of these other things. Running through those. Good. So having this here keeps me checking to see if there's something I need to click on. And we just got... Okay, this locked up. Okay, rolling artillery barrage is increased to 2, which is too far forward. Maybe that's down here. Okay, stop that. Now, we had a few early ones unlocked, and I forget which ones they were. Not naval, I don't think. I don't know. We'll just look through these and see if we find something we want to research. Always go, at least I always go for the infrastructure type things first. Oh, okay. Then I should have maybe started this a little earlier. Now that we have the 4-year plan going, we can do improved coal liquefaction. So let's start that going for sure. Get that going. Okay, Italy. Another factory just came online. Okay, not getting that money coming in, but maybe... No, we don't want more fuel. No, no. I don't know why I keep thinking, even though I have a positive amount of fuel here, I'm selling off a bunch of fuel, which is keeping it down. I thought I was exporting fuel. I guess I'm not anymore. Okay, I guess all my fuel, because that was mainly to Italy, and they're not buying fuel at the moment from us. All right, well, okay. That's fine. Converted into the network, return to stockpile. Okay. Well, let's detach and add there. Things like this, not completely useless, but these battle commanders really should be attached to a proper division, and now that we can only do 7, what am I going to pull out of that to attach a battle commander to? To me, it's just like, it's silly. What am I going to pull out of this division? Well, maybe I could pull out one of those armor regiments. But still. I keep forgetting, gotta remove him from this unit. Let's pause. Let's go skill. Yeah, this come down here. Well, let's find, because if we're gonna use this, maybe get attached to another unit, but do we have a fortress attack here somewhere? There we go. That might be a good place to store him. Okay, Soviet Union. Okay, so some more steel coming in there. No crude oil sales. Okay, air liaison. That is here, I believe. Okay, we're going to stop that. And we're going to look up here just to see if there's some other 36 or 37 technologies. Like, found that one that have come available and I've missed. No, doesn't look like it. Okay. See, why don't I do this? Because we don't need it yet. We're unlocking some of these. We need to unlock them to pursue other, aircraft techs. So I guess, yes, we're going to do close air support. Let's take a look at science advisors. Okay, so we've been using him. Okay, here's another thing. I'm going to do another quick stress test here. Come out. Look for, I think it would be in downloads here. Maybe. Move that over to here. Someone made a nice graphic chart that shows what ministers give what buildings. And so your screen is not locked up, but and I downloaded it, I think, yesterday, and hopefully I can find this fairly quickly. Well, go back to this for the moment while it's doing its thing. Okay. But the first wave mobilization, can you choose between building the full units or just the ICs? I think that's new, or do my... You have, in the past versions, you've been able to do either just the HQs if you wanted to build them yourself, or because the HQs will just give you the nice sort of cool HQ symbol, or if you wanted to build the full units. No, it's not there, and it still hasn't gone through here yet. Okay. We'll tab back. Do it most gently. I will be building the full units as sort of out of preference. Okay, well, they've sealed off this pocket. Ah, that's good. Let's see if I can find... Ah, here we are. That's what I wanted. Okay. Let's see. Let me get this over here so I can look at it while having the other thing open. Minimize, minimize. Shift over here. Okay. Alt tab back. Yeah, this is great. I couldn't have done this before. Okay. Let's look this up here. Okay, he is technical specialist. Hey, and they even did it in order, but okay. I don't know that they did science. Huh? He's a technical specialist. There's no technical specialist on the list. Damn. Guess they didn't include the research specialist. No, okay, they did not include the science ones. Oh, that's what I wanted. Damn, okay. So I don't know what buildings these guys give, if at all. If at all. Okay. Cancel. Now, Great Compromiser. Is that one here? that doesn't seem to give buildings. Not that it should. Okay, silent workhorse. Silent workhorse, yes, okay. Heavy industry. It'll give a heavy industry and a let's see, I'm trying to follow the chart. Okay, it's that column up. Research lab, it looks like. Okay. Power hungry demagogue. Nothing on the list. Okay. Hermann Goering. Single engine aircraft. Single engine aircraft. Proponent that gives up there. Light aircraft factories. Not okay. Man of the people. Man of the people. Okay, that gives hospital. Okay. Industrial specialist. Doesn't look like it's on the list here. Okay. It doesn't do any good for us for more buildings. School of Maneuver. School of Maneuver gives third one over. Small arms factories and no, hold it. No, okay, I read this chart wrong. School of Maneuver gives us armored factories. Here, armored spearhead doctrine. Come up to that, that'll be easier if it's on the list. Armored spearhead doctrine. That'll give tank factories. Decisive naval battle doctrine. It would be under D, decisive naval battle doctrine. Gives capital shipyards. And Army Aviation Doctrine. Army Aviation Doctrine gives light aircraft factories and medium aircraft factories. Okay. So that's what's on the list that these buildings. Hello. Wotas 1818, how are you doing today? Okay, well, yes, what the info that I'm just reading off the thing, if I didn't clear out the sort of introductory decision information, it would still be here that you could keep accessing, but I really normally don't like to have these things up here ongoing, but I cleared it out and I ended up having them here because of not wanting to fire a bunch of these decisions at the moment. So it is sort of here in the game, but it is sort of a complicated list here. And I don't know whether the person putting together this list had access or if they maybe didn't say what the science ones built, if anything. No, we're building crude oil up, not selling it. Yes, you may have energy. Okay, direct fire unit, combined arms, nice. Shut that down for the moment. Hello, Gilmer, how you doing? Are there a lot of people doing live streams today? I can imagine. That's one thing where we are in direct competition, where normally it's you can watch what you want win, but if you're going to show up live, you can, you can have more than one stream open, but really watching things you need. Okay, actually, I think we're going to come over here and do technical tactical error support. Okay, well, we're building up the money considerably with selling our zinc. And I'm not buying other stuff. Should I? Well, no, I'm not. Okay, sure, punk doctrine. That'd be there. Yeah. Kesselschlacht. Germany has such a brutal language. What are we doing? Okay, so we're into producing some of that already. Very good. We're going through the oils, which takes a long time, but these will come out. Rare extractions help out a bunch there, and the steel's already been deployed. And we're getting ready for the new year. In a few days, about 10 days. Okay, good, Eric. We'll just do it a piece at a time. Eric, who's right now chatting with us on Twitch, is a very good 3D model maker. And he's working right now on the suspension of the 7TP tank, the Polish one. The Cardin Lloyd suspension that it has, or a version based off of that, from my understanding, is a bit tricky, I think, to model. Well, Beam Slam, well, since things are going so well here, I will do this, and since I don't think any of my moderators are around, if you want to see his work, you can see it in our Discord server. And I'll post the links up to the Discord server here. Invite people, edit invite link so it doesn't expire. It expires never. Generate new link, copy. Okay, let me come to Twitch. He has his own, and I'll also put it up on YouTube. Here, let me just refresh this. Open this up here. Because I can't in my no, stop. Okay. I want to get a copyright strike for commercials. There you go. Those are invites to our Discord server, if you're not already a member. And he posts his work there in one of the chat channels. And we just had one. Okay, that overstressed the system. We just had a crash. Yes, your screen is black. Okay, so we have to go back. Fortunately, I had. Oh no, wrong thing. Wrong thing. Wrong thing. Wrong thing. Yeah, I'm still here. Don't worry. We'll have to go back to the last monthly save. But that overstressed the system enough. That's partially what I'm doing here today, is of testing the system. So those watching, yes, you have a black screen. We are loading map sprites, initializing map logic, loading databases too. Fortunately, I have a fairly quick system, so this won't take too long. Finally, no one in my life cares, but no, you all appreciate this. It took me about 10 tries, 1,000 hours to succeed. Very good. Jackal, that's a very good. And what year did that happen in the game? Not now. Okay, we are back. Save games, autosave, December 1. Very good. Defeating the Soviet Union is not an easy thing. With all the supply problems. Okay, we're back. Okay, well, we lost about 21, 22 days with that crash. Okay, 41. Very good, Jackal. Very good. That 41 victory over the Soviet Union is not easy. Were you playing on 10.40 or were you playing on the older 10.33? Okay, 10.33. Well, very good. I didn't have enough stability to get that far into the game. So yeah, no, that's an achievement. That definitely is an achievement. 41. Yeah. That ain't easy. Get the surrender conditions. So yeah, no, okay, so if we stress this out a bit, alt-tabbing in and out. And just so that you know, because I'm both, recording and live streaming this, opening up too many things, looking at too much stuff, there's a lot of stress on the system. So that did sort of make things go, push it too far. Let's move that to there. Well, have you thought about invading Britain? Or conquering India? I sort of often have felt that way after defeating the Soviet Union, having this really cool Panzer army developed, and now what do I do with it? And, taking out Britain, yeah, okay. And yeah, it's sort of anticlimactic in this game to go after America at the very end. But yeah. Yeah. There we go. The German Baltic Battle Fleet, direct unit combined arms. You know, we just did some of these because we're replaying 20 days. And that will come over to here. Yep, Africa is another difficulty with the, you know, lack of infrastructure. I don't really think we can see, yeah, just all black here. What the infrastructure is like, it's pretty bad. Though fortunately it's normally not overly well defended, so it's more just time to take than can you take it. You know, you can take it, it just takes time. Oh no, hey, yes, this is December 36. Everybody's buying zinc from Germany, which is giving us large sums of money. Yeah, I'm going to save this. I presume the crash happened simply because of alt tabbing in and out, but just in case it was something else, let's save it near here. Yes, sure, Doctrine. There we go, Castle Slot. Yeah, that's currently correct. I say currently because I'm intending. I put up a poll. Anybody can go in and vote on it on my channel in the community tab section, and so far it's about 70+% want to go back to 8 brigades, and you have the option of voting go back to 8 brigades, do 7 but get rid of the transport units, or 3 keep it the way it currently is at 7 with all the stuff. So it's overwhelmingly for a change, and it's overwhelmingly to go to 8. And I'll tell you what, yes, mod makers can make the mod that they want to make, absolutely. As I said to the Black Ice makers when I had them here live or in my complaint video, but do you really want to make a mod that upsets people? And it seems overwhelmingly they want to go to 8 players because it's things like this. You can't attach the battle commander to, you know, something like a proper panzer division, or even like this semi-motorized division, without like ripping something major out of it. You know, oh, let's get rid of the armored cars, or let's get rid of the engineers to put in a battle commander? Really? That to me just seems a bit much. Okay, no, we're not selling crude oil. Well, my understanding is for 10.3, they made it so that the AI can build 8 brigade size divisions from the start, even though the player couldn't. Where before the AI won't switch from 7 to 8 in the middle of it, just because the way the programming works. So, you know, this is always open to abuse. I mean, 1, you can just cheat. 2, like for TRE, that event that spawns all of the SA units only happens for a human player Germany, because a AI is just going to try to use all those, excuse me, a little bit of hiccups, going to use all those SA units as frontline fodder, which they're not meant to be. They're meant to be a reserve for Germany, you know. So, you know, let me pause this for a minute because I want to talk here without worrying about the clock and things. You know, you get my best estimation, replicating it in game terms putting a lot of qualifiers there, I know. The SA as it was in 36 with it. You get that. But you get some penalties, including some manpower penalties. You have to give supply, have the consumer goods as well as supply for the larger army of the SA. So it costs you things. So there are costs. So it's not like give you free, in air quotes. No, there's cost to it. And so it's a bit of a white elephant, in my opinion. And the SA units are, fairly baddish militia units. So they're not very good at, frontline combat at all. They're decent, not great, but they're decent, internal security units. And so it is open to abuse. If you want to min-max things and use those SA units to spread them all over your occupied territories, whether in the Eastern Front, Western Front, you can do so. Now, the SA, and I don't have it, but they did expand into Alsace-Lorraine. I know there was a Sturmabteilung or whatever the size set up in Warsaw. So there were some SA units in occupied areas, as well as, yes, in the Sudetenland, but also SA sort of helping occupy throughout the period in Bohemia and Moravia. But mostly it was 80-90%, probably more like 90%, in what was considered German core territories. Yes, the sort of occupied parts of Poland that Germany reincorporates it. That's where it's intended to be used. So it's interesting. It's pretty eye candy. The cost you, it's a white elephant. Now, yes, you can disband all that stuff if you want. Though if you do so, you won't get all the manpower back. Though you do get some of the manpower back with a later event that reduces the strength of these SA units, which makes them even worse. But what is it there for other than eye candy? Well, it's a reserve. If you go with TRE, there is a chance of going to war with Britain and France over the Sudetenland crisis. There's a chance. It's most likely, I don't know, like 80-90% chance to go historical. But there's that somewhere, and there's two different choice points, so I'd have to do a lot of detailed math to figure out. But it's mostly likely to go historical. But there's a possibility of it not going historical. And of course, you can save just before it or go back to the last autosave if you don't want to go to war. But what if you go to war in 1938 over the Sudeten crisis? Well, now you have a big SA that can help, hold the line. Can be fighting units there. So if you have an early war without a properly built up German army, the SA is there. Now, we all know about the Volkssturm that was formed up at the end of World War II in Germany, and all those old men with Panzerfausts and whatnot. Well, do you realize that a major element of the Volkssturm was the SA? Those SA men that were maybe young men, fit men, but they were working in the steel industry, or they were working in some other, war-needed application, and they were sort of, weekend SA members, if you will. Though, so they were more useful in the factories than on the front lines, or they were, World War I veterans or other stay-at-home people for various reasons. And so those were mobilized along with other elements for the Volkssturm. So they're sort of functioning as a Volkssturm. And so particularly if you were playing against other humans, and you have all that SA, and then, I don't know, there's a 1942 or 1943 invasion up here or something, you can rush up a bunch of SA units to hold the line, to delay the advance while you move in proper panzer divisions to go after them. And we also, with TRE, give you, with GGA, you get the Wehrkress system, which are sort of home garrison training units. But we also, in TRE, we give you the Ersatz Heers, the sort of reserve army units that a few early on Ersatz army units did go, were sort of, meant for home defense were involved in the invasion of Yugoslavia, but then returned home. A few of these ersatz units, instead of sitting in Germany, were moved to places like, the Netherlands and Belgium as sort of, continuing to do their sort of reserve, because it's the reserve army for Germany. That's the army that Klaus, oh boy, the guy who blows up Hitler, sorry, I'm blanking on the name right now, was going to raise to fight the SS and whatnot, the reserve army. We give you some of those units. So some of those units were sort of shifted from sort of German garrison elements to, defense, occupation, whatever, bit coastal defense, bit occupation in some territories. And it includes panzer divisions. Now, they were given older tanks and whatnot as sort of training vehicles and reserve vehicles. But as the war is stressing the German system, several of those divisions get moved, and which we sort of replicate it, get moved from being reserve divisions sent off to the front lines. And then, of course, as Germany is collapsing more and more, they're sent off to, the front lines, or the front lines are coming to them. And so, yeah, you can sort of abuse the Wehrkrest units and the ersatz units and send them out to the front lines early. You can do that. And yeah, but I designed TRE to be sort of the historical base units and the AI will abuse the system. So I'm not sure. I don't know GGA well enough to know whether the Wehrkrest units, but definitely my units only spawn again for a human. Germany is human player. Is player, not AI player. So you can abuse the system, or you can try to play the historical setups and use those units just sort of like an emergency panzer division to stem the tide of an unexpected invasion. Now, unfortunately, the AI normally doesn't do unexpected invasion, so they're sort of useless. But if you are playing multiplayer and you have TRE, you have reserves. And what I've been saying during my rant. Okay. Can't attach to the AI, can't attach engineers, or basically to any existing units. I just deploy them to the cores and use SD. Yeah, use the SD stuff. And now we do add a bunch of, with TRE, Schutzmannschaft units, which were sort of, units made up of various ethnicities from here that were somewhere between what we would think of as policemen, armed with a pistol, to guys armed with rifles and light machine guns for occupation duties here, this part of, Russia, Soviet Union, whatever you want to call this area. The Schutzmannschaft units, we do the historical order of battle, but and they did have light machine guns that the men, as the Eastern Front is collapsing, they're either, those units are breaking up and the men are put into like various Waffen SS, Eastern Front Waffen SS units, or those paramilitary sort of police units are just themselves thrown into the front lines. Now we also give them at low strength levels, because we give you the order of battle, but their manpower was under strength. So if you want to, go in and, specify no upgrade, or unit receiving reinforcements if possible, you can turn that off to keep them at their low strength, so you don't use up your manpower. Or you can let them fill up with, if you will, German manpower from the game engine. So yes, you get a bunch of weak police, Schutzmannschaft type units, for your occupation duties. And if you want, and so yeah, we give you those, and those aren't really terribly abusable because they're not good combat, and they're just, reduce your revolt risk kind of things. So yeah, we give you a lot of these things, and those are sort of given in that they don't have IC costs because they're local volunteers, and they were mostly given captured weapons of not very good quality because they just needed a rifle with a handful of bullets to do your sort of basic jobs. You don't need, they're not, and a few light machine guns. They weren't costing the German war industry really anything to raise these Schutzmannschaft units of Eastern Front ethnic units, and these are not combat division. So yeah, some of those are meant to be for occupation duties versus some are meant for home duties. They do already soft suppression, Eric. Do they have Panthers in Norway? I didn't know. Stauffenberg, yes, thank you, Martin. Yeah, I blank on names. John Fair had the briefcase. Okay. Stauffenberg put in the bomb. Schutzmannschaft units. They are part of an event chain for TRE, Third Reich events. So yeah, you get them. Hello, Mac. How you doing? Yeah, Eric is also developing alternate history. He's Norwegian and is develop a sort of alternate history setting up as if Norway had significant enough industry to be able to build tanks in reasonable numbers. I think I put that sort of correctly in. Okay, we went over to January. But he is a very good 3D modeler. Egypt annexed them. Second Moscow show trial. And we just got a bunch more. Okay, we just got a bunch more ICs. Okay. So what we're going to do here now is do upgrades. Oh no, I want to increase, because again, I want a cushion, even though I know we have a lot here. And we're going to start firing some of these. Oh, well, we need to do, okay. Economic boost. We're going to do long term, which will reduce our ICs down, which is, but hopefully in the long term, make things better. Annual national focus, Reich economics, which will help. Oh man, I wish, well, thought we would have, well, I may have messed that up, but okay, so we're only getting, okay, heavy industry, Cottbus, and Hanover. Where's Cottbus? Anybody know where Cottbus is? I don't know my German geography to know that well enough. We may have units sitting on top of. Won't be Berlin, obviously. No. That'll be a green area. No, not Potsdam. I'm not sure on some of those things. Southeast of Berlin. Okay. Oh, here. Okay. So we had two industries. So now that we have that, I want to max this out. Right. And we're going to come and put that to the top. And then we're going to come and make sure that all the other industry is above it. Well, yeah, all of it. Almost all of it. There we go. We want to do that. Let's see, annual espionage focus. I just do economic spying for the 1% efficiency. Okay, this is where, okay. Farm mechanization, railroad tycoon, mining, highways. Now with TRE, I give you highways at the beginning. I feel Germany is the one nation that, I mean, they're still increasing the highway system, the Autobahn after 1936, but a very big portion of it is already done. So I figure Germany deserves getting that sort of free at start. So that is my normal setting. Right now, mining. I don't want to reduce my ICs any more than I am. We're doing good enough for even oil, more or less. So we won't do that now. Manpower, we're doing good enough for manpower because we're not building that much stuff yet. So it really comes down to, which normally I would start with Railroad Tycoon or this, but let's see. I see it plus 2%, plus 1%, throughput 10. So obviously Railroad Tycoon is better than highways. So we will do highways. That is why we went to the long term. So hits us hard for money and everything, but all right. Okay, so we have that now. Oh, guys. Well, look what happened here. What happened to my first well of divisions? Okay. They disappeared. I didn't know. This is the learning process. So those division forming, we can only form them during 1936 and not 1937 or later. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is things are going to go black. Well, we're going to end this episode, not the live stream, everybody, but we're going to end this episode here. And we're going to come back next time for more Hearts of Iron. But yeah, the live stream is not going anywhere, so you can all stay tuned.